All right, so without further ado, we're gonna get into it right now. Things that interest us, and it should be no discussion of what the first topic is gonna be. Free agency.
NBA free agency. Yes, sir.
Free agency is taken. It's like every year you be thinking, you know what, they're not gonna top that. This is gonna happen. That's gonna happen.
Right.
But there have been some really crucial moves, right?
Absolutely.
What's your biggest move?
Well, I don't want to say biggest, but the most surprising move was Damian Lillard getting waived. There's two ways that I saw it. First, I was upset because obviously we know there's no loyalty. I understand all that, right? However, they want the players to have a little bit more loyalty than everybody else, which I don't agree with at all.
Right.
Secondly, that's almost like kicking a man when he's down.
Yeah.
And so I just didn't really, as you just you just said on Love Island, vibe with that at all.
Yeah.
However, I feel that they approached him and said, hey, this is the best of both worlds. We're still going to pay you out your money.
Yeah.
You will heal and you can pick any team that you want.
Yeah.
So it was, at the same time, it was like three birds with one stone. At the same time, they took a couple chinks in the armor from Indiana, which is their competition.
Yeah.
So it was the biggest, but it was the most surprising / disappointing or whatever, what have you. And the story, the story goes that no one knows how Indiana did this because they don't have the cap space.
Milwaukee?
I'm sorry, Milwaukee. They don't have the cap space to bring in the big from Indiana, but apparently they got some other moves cooking.
Yeah. Now, to that, the problem I have with it, and I get the business side. The problem I have with it is the man shouldn't have played. He shouldn't have played this playoff, knowing what he had.
Right.
And when you look at the history, you have Kevin Durant, you have Jason Tatum, you have Damian Lillard, Tyrese Halliburton. All of these guys had a strain on their calf. They come back and they tear their Achilles. Like, why nobody learned from KD's thing and not come back, right? But here's the thing. He comes back and he tries to give them, he's feeling the pressure, but he wants to compete. He gets hurt, he tears it, he's going to be out when he's going to be out. Now, Achilles tear, to me, is not going to hurt him as much when he comes back because he's not an explosive jumper. When you think about when Dominique had his injury, it hurt Dominique because he
the what style he played. Mm-hmm.
It didn't really hurt Kevin Durant because he's not an explosive jumper, right? Mm-hmm. That's not his game.
Right.
But he does this, try to help the team, he gets hurt, and then he gets waived. So now that next person who's looking at possibly playing with a calf strain, if they say no, organization is going to kill them. Like, dog, did you see what happened to this?
These guys as well.
These guys left. These guys were out for a year. This guy they actually got rid of. Now, there are some people saying that they were looking to possibly move him because they just felt like it wasn't a fit. I didn't think it was a fit for this particular reason. In order for that dynamic to work with Lillard and Giannis, Lillard had to be the primary ball handler, setting the screen, the two-man screen, and letting Giannis go off of that. Giannis was the primary ball handler. And in doing that, I'm not saying in certain situations you couldn't have him,
right,
but Giannis dominates the ball.
He does.
Lillard needs the ball. So Lillard is now just kind of relegated to a catch and shoot. I'm going to stand over here, you're going to draw. That doesn't work with him.
Yeah, I see your point to that, but I think Giannis is more the ball handler in the full court setting.
Yeah,
in the half court, he's not really the primary ball handler.
How is his decision making?
Oh, his decision making is absolutely amazing.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Giannis is?
Oh, yeah.
I don't see that. I mean,
hey,
okay, hold on.
For a dribble, spin, dunk.
Okay, but that's like almost Luka-like, where he's gonna get his points.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna get to the basket, but he passes when it's obvious that he doesn't have a shot.
Yeah,
when I say that, what I'm saying is, I've never seen him say, "Hey, we're running this set for you to get a bucket. We're gonna run this play for you to get a bucket." It's either predicated on I'm getting the ball, I'm drawing, and yeah, that's a great thing. But there are times where they build that wall, and there are certain teams that defend him well that he can't do what he normally does. So, like if you have Gary Trent who's hit 2 or 3 threes, why not keep running the same play with him holding the ball and running the set to get Gary Trent another 3? You see what I'm saying?
Well, I hear you, but I don't hear you because pass to who? Gary Trent is not synonymous with winning a championship. I hear you, but I'm saying if I'm Giannis, I'm not passing the ball either. Now,
if he's hit 3 threes in a row, you're not trying to run another play to get him a shot?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're running plays, but if a dude get hot, your mentality, if you have the ball, is we need to get him the ball. We need to keep riding and getting him the ball. If he hits 3 in a row, then you get him like 2 more shots and he misses, then you continue going what you're doing.
But double teams don't bother Giannis. That's another problem.
It's not, and that's that right there. What you said is the problem. It doesn't have to be about bothering.
Mm-hmm.
It's about, I need to make sure these guys can get shots when I know they're, like Charles Barkley said it. Charles would say, well, I know I'm going to get my points, but let me get Kevin Johnson off tonight. Let me get Dan Marley off tonight, because that's going to help me make things even easier. Because even if they're not going to if Gary Trent has hit 3 or 4 threes, they're going to start paying attention to him because they know he can shoot. Let me see. If Bobby Portis has hit 3 or 4 threes, they're going to let him shoot, right? Because he's not known for maybe hitting 5 to 7 threes in a game.
I hear you, but I don't hear you. Okay. And what I'm saying is this. What you're saying is completely right with the different personnel.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
that's, to me, that's the flaw in Giannis's game, and that's the flaw in Luka's game. And yeah, they won the championship, but then when they won the championship, who was handling the ball? It was Middleton. It was Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
Giannis was not handling the ball that much in that situation.
That's what I'm saying. They got Dame for the half court.
Right, but Dame wasn't handling the ball in half court.
Yeah.
No, not like that. Not like he wasn't the primary. It was kind of a you get yours, we running this set, I'm gonna get mine, we running that set. Giannis handled the ball way too much this season.
Yeah. So I can see you feeling that way, but ultimately that's on the coach. And he's had his issues.
Well, yeah, that's another copy. All right, so let's move on to other parts of free agency.
Yeah.
How you like Houston's moves?
I love it. I really love it. And I think people, first of all, I love their coach and how he coaches. I don't like his antics on the sideline. I think he still thinks he's playing. Yeah, but that's his competitive nature. But you got to really tone that down.
Yeah, you got to keep him away from your girl.
Especially,
you got to keep him away.
Boy.
You got to keep him away from your girl, dog. Do not invite Ime Udoka to the barbecue unless he coming with somebody already, and make sure that they keep him on his arm at all times.
With Coach Udoka, it is you need a men only facility. Now, at the same time, I think he needs to tone it down because of what has happened in the past. Yeah. There's too many jokes. There's too many things that people can say.
Right here, right now.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but however, I think he is a extremely good coach.
Yeah.
I feel that people are really not understanding what that move did for Houston. They're thinking, okay, they lost an asset. They lost an asset they really didn't want.
Nah, I had a conversation with my man on I hate podcasts.
Okay.
And he's in Houston. right? And he's a huge Manny Rich. He's a huge Jalen Green fan. He's like, man, they're not gonna get rid of him because he runs the stuff with the crowd. And I said, look, he's had 3 years to show progression to show that he's that dude. I said, when they needed him to show that,
never showed
he
up.
didn't do it.
Yeah.
I said, that's why they got rid of him. And he was like, yeah. He's like, I'm bummed now because now tickets were like $16 to $20. Now they go skyrocket with KD.
Doubt.
I'm almost, as much as I love the KD, that Finney Smith signing, I think was even
That's
bigger.
tough.
I think that was even bigger, man.
People are not. It didn't get Finney. It was going to be a problem. That just makes it almost illegal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Houston will be a problem.
Now,
Green got traded. He should have got traded for his choices of females. Number one. You're 21 years old and you dating a 40-year-old.
Hey man, ain't nothing wrong with that. If it's a man who's 40 years old dating 21,
that's different.
Women, we don't worry about that.
When people are coming up saying, "Oh, hi, is that your mom?" That's a problem.
Yeah, okay.
That's a problem.
Right.
So he should have been traded off that. But then it's not that. It's okay. Take the age out. It's who it is.
Who is it?
Drea.
Who's Drea?
Drea.
I mean, they might not know who Drea is.
Drea is a personality. She's been on Love and Hip Hop.
Okay.
She is completely drama. She's dated multiple athletes. She's, tried to get impregnated by multiple athletes. And she's interested in checks and not making any. I'm just saying.
You were talking about me being on one. By the way, my auntie got mad, called me a potty mouth for what I said. So I'm sorry, auntie. But he on one now. Without the potty mouth, he on one.
I'm just saying, man. Like when choice is sacred. It's sacred.
That's true.
You got, especially when you're in that space, you got to understand that.
But what if he genuinely is feeling her, right?
Everybody has felt her.
Man, let's move on.
That's the problem.
Let's move on. What do you think about Indiana? Letting Miles Turner go.
You know what? I think that's a big mistake. In my opinion, I think it really leveled up Milwaukee. Is really, really going to help me in Milwaukee.
But
people don't see him as a main piece because Siakam is the main scorer for that team. But he's more than a serviceable big. He really is.
Well, he was getting killed in the pick and roll against them. He was getting killed in the pick. But that's not even too much of an issue to me. Now his rim protection is great. Where was he offensively? He didn't show up at all in the finals. He was, especially when there were opportunities for him to show up, he didn't show up. Right now, they had
his touches though were limited. I'm not, and again.
Okay, I'll give you that. But if you're the guy, well, you know what? That is interesting because Siakam's supposed to be like, they're supposed to be like one of the guys, and there were times where they weren't getting touches. So I'll agree with you there. But when he did get touches.
Well, you can expect that from a cat lover and somebody who has that walk that he has. He's a little soft, yeah.
A what?
He's a cat lover. Like he has his cat on Twitter. He's soft.
What's wrong with loving?
No,
man, I got 3 dogs.
He's dribbling in the cat. And
I got 3 dogs and 2 cats.
Purring with the cat, man. No.
I don't do all of that.
Yeah. He kissing the cat in the mouth. I'm sure he's doing that.
Look. My ultimate goal is to have a video where I teach my dogs how to dribble a basketball or something. I'm working on that. It's a work in progress.
Okay.
Now, teaching them how, but like all of I get what you said, but
his walk alone will tell you he is not going to show up in the playoffs. His dress code alone is this guy has shown up in dresses.
No, man. Did somebody give you the wrong drink this morning?
No, man. I'm just being honest, man. Like
you are just on fire.
No, man. I'm just literally that really has been burning me inside watching the playoffs and watching him.
Hell yes.
He is not a fit.
Wow.
Not
okay.
a fit.
All right.
Which is why he didn't show up.
I'm gonna use that disclaimer as well, huh?
Those of you cat lovers, no disrespect to you.
Yeah,
It's not the loving of cats.
Hey.
It's always how you love that cat.
Man.
Your expression with it. Okay.
Hey.
Now, part of it is I'm scared of cats. I don't do cats.
Oh, you scared of it? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, so that's a little ulterior motive with that.
No,
huh?
not at all. Not at all. Like I said, his relationship with the cat is what disturbs me a little bit.
Hey, look, well, sweetheart, Miss April, I'll have a talk with her about it. We won't bring up dogs because my wife loves. I love our dogs too. She loves her dog. They helped her when COVID hit and we didn't have the kids. The dog really helped her out.
That is a real thing.
Yeah,
that's a real thing. But April can do whatever she wants to do. April, if you want 12 cats, you know, because I like how you got on him. You got on him last week about I don't like a team. I like football players. Way to get on him. I love that. I love that.
Crazy.
You held him accountable.
Okay, you got a team, right?
I do. My team is the San Francisco 49ers.
Okay, yeah, we need to be quiet because they don't know how to spell Super Bowl win right now, right?
And they cannot spell stay healthy. For sure.
But you enjoy that? You enjoy going through all that, like watching how miserable y'all are. Man, LO, this is funny story. LO is a San Francisco 49er fan. He's my longest trainer. He's my biggest trainer as far as, you know, training kids and stuff. He been with me the longest.
49ers, boy.
There were times on Sundays where I would tell parents, yeah, you might want to cancel that training because if San Francisco loses, he gonna take it out on your son. So then it'd be like fourth quarter, they be losing, and I look at that parent and I say, watch how the training changes. That's how you know L is having the kid go. I mean, he wasn't beating the kid up, but the kid was working. He's like, oh, that was a great training. And I was like, yeah, you might not want to play.
Huh? see, I'm a realistic fan. Other than some of these Cowboy fans. When my team is not gonna do well, I just call it out. You gotta have faith. No, let's just live in reality. You know, I knew what was gonna happen, and I knew at a certain time of season they do get injured. However, I was just be competitive. You know, my expectation.
Well, I already know who won that. You know, she tried to come on with a little, you know, Alvin Kamara jersey, like that was gonna help her argument. That shit did. Oh, I'm sorry, Auntie. That stuff did not work. It didn't work. I won that argument.
She pulled the carpet from you, man.
Yeah, she tried to.
Okay.
Yeah. See how she is by week 3 of the season.
Stop.
She'll be like,
on,
you right, baby. I need to be a fan of the sport, this fan of the team. Cause man, hey,
they got a rookie quarterback, man.
I'm gonna start using the Ring camera to record when she's in the game, dog. It is must see TV. It is must see TV. So
I can imagine.
Right, so we're gonna move on because there are some other things free agency wise, but we're gonna move on to the next subject.